that something was wrong with him. Not his message, not his mission, but his body. They whispered, something is hidden beneath that robe. And the worst part, they were talking about a prophet. Bani Israel, a nation freed from Egyptian bondage, only to become the greatest test for their own savior. They were stubborn, rebellious, and filled with skepticism. But the most outrageous part, they began to attack Prophet Musa's physical body. Musa was the most bashful and private of men, but in the eyes of the cynical Israelites, this purity was fuel for vile gossip. Why does Musa never uncover himself? He must be unclean beneath that robe, they whispered in their tents. They accused Musa of disgusting skin diseases, leprosy, and shameful physical defects. This was not mere gossip. It was systematic character assassination from an ungrateful nation. A sense of dread began to fill the air. One morning, beneath the scorching sun, Musa went to a secluded natural spring behind a rocky hill, far from the Bani Israel encampment. He wanted to cleanse himself from the desert dust and seek solitude from those sharp tongues. There, Musa placed his robe and clothes upon a large, flat boulder. He was certain the place was safe and hidden. Musa began to bathe. However, the moment his body was exposed, God's scenario began. The boulder suddenly moved. It didn't just roll slowly, it ran. Like a living creature possessed, the stone shot away, carrying the prophet's only cover. Musa was shocked. Without a second thought, he immediately emerged from the water and engaged in the most iconic pursuit in history. The strongest of prophets harnessed his extreme speed. He leaped between cliffs, climbed jagged rocks, and ran swiftly across treacherous terrain just to reclaim his clothes. While running, his voice thundered through the desert. "My clothes! Oh stone, my clothes!" But the stone didn't care. It had a specific mission: to run straight toward the crowd of Israelites who were busy gossiping. The stone didn't run without direction. God had a far more spectacular scenario. The stone stopped right in the middle of the Bani Israel crowd. The Israelites, who were busy spreading vile gossip about Musa's leprosy, immediately fell silent. Their eyes widened. Their faces went pale. Under the scorching sun, Musa arrived with his physical form exposed. And what did they see? No defects. No leprosy. No disgusting diseases. What existed was a flawless, clean, powerful, athletic physical body that radiated incredible authority. God had stripped their slander in the most decisive and humiliating way for those bullies. Musa calmly took his clothes from the stone, but the divine radiance on his face seemed to say, "See the truth for yourselves." The arrogant nation was rendered powerless forever. Bani Israel might have forgotten who Musa truly was. Long before becoming a bashful prophet, Musa was a mighty prince of Egypt. His physical strength was no myth. Do you remember the incident in Egypt? When Musa saw an Israelite man being tortured by an Egyptian, Musa intervened. With only one single blow, the Egyptian man fell dead instantly. That was no ordinary punch of anger. It was a manifestation of the extraordinary physical strength God had given him. This strength was also visible when he helped the daughters of Prophet Shuaib in Madian. He lifted the massive well cover stone, a stone which usually required a group of strong men to move. Musa was a fusion of gentleness of heart and unmatched physical might. So, the pursuit of the stone in the desert was not impossible for a man as powerful as him.
But in the desert, that strength was not visible. Musa chose to hide it. He was a very private man, and it was this privacy that backfired on the Bani Israel. Their logic was twisted. To them, if he doesn't show his body, there must be something hidden. They couldn't understand bashfulness, hiding. Their slander was not merely about a skin disease. It was about rejecting Musa's leadership. Musa is unclean. Musa is defective. His skin is rotting. That's what they said. This slander was a tool to collapse Musa's authority as a prophet and as a leader. They wanted Musa to fall from his position. The pursuit of the stone in the desert was not just about reclaiming clothes, it was about reclaiming the honor and the integrity that they had trampled upon. God doesn't need a press conference to clear someone's reputation. He only needs a running stone and a pair of legs capable of chasing it. That day, before the very eyes of all Bani Israel, arrogance collapsed and slander was silenced. Musa didn't need to shout to convince anyone anymore. His clean, powerful physique was a proof sharper than any sword. This is a lesson for the world, that truth may be hidden beneath a robe or buried under gossip, but when God decides to reveal it, no power on earth can stand in its way.
The Israelites learned the hard way that insulting God's messenger is a path to their own humiliation. And for us, this story is a reminder that true integrity will always find its way to shine, even in the midst of the darkest clouds of slander.